Hi and welcome to Geekology. I'm David Zabulia.
And I'm s1e Harvey.
And tonight we're going to be doing a Star Trek Starship Legends Klingon Bird of Prey. Now, ordinarily we'd use our own photos for the packaging and for the toy. We're having a slight variance on that today because the packaging on this one is knackered. So we'll be using our own photos of the toy and... So, first of all...
One thing to point out is this isn't a British one, but the only difference between British and American is that. So,
but do you know what the massive advantage of one with a knackered box is?
we don't care about the box.
Half the retail price.
Oh, yes,
Like half the retail price.
Extract the bird.
Extract the bird. Okay. Bad news, I'm using scissors for sellotape. I will let you construct the base, because we know that those are so hard to do.
That's the usual ball and socket joint there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not a great deal of playing or movement though.
That's the way you want them, really.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got 3 cable ties holding everything in. Oh no, we're not. We got 5 cable ties.
Advertising.
Unless you want them connected to the net. There we go. 1, 2, 3. How to make someone look like an idiot on YouTube.
Cable ties. This is why I'm quite impressed with Hasbro now. They don't use cable ties anymore. They use cardboardy paper ones.
Yeah.
Which is easier to deal with.
It is, but...
I just noticed the cans are the wrong colour.
Yes, they are. We needed a... In fact, I've been foiled by a box. Actually, you know what? Okay. Do you want to grab out the instructions?
Yeah, but wait a minute, there's no alternative bottom to the battery. Isn't that a standard on the range?
Well, Diamond Toys have included it on all the others.
Or is it just the Enterprises?
Oh, you know what? See, I immediately went with let's unscrew the compartment to switch it over to play mode.
Yeah.
But they haven't. They've put the switch on the outside.
Haha! Oh well.
It's cunningly well hid.
Green on green.
Green on green.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm going to switch
3
it
double
from
batteries.
Try Me into play. Let's run through some of these sound effects, shall we?
Okay. Hold on a minute. The lights are coming in on as it cloaks, not...
I can see you, Kirk. Can you see me?
The hills are alive with the sound of music. I think that's supposed to be a torpedo. Was that supposed to be a torpedo?
Cry havoc, and let's slip the dogs of war.
Ooh. I've been disrupted.
I am constant as the northern star.
Pay real money for him to shut up. Okay. Down.
Warrior to warrior. You do prefer it this way, don't you?
Okay.
Without, as it was meant to be. That's a little short.
Right. First thing that's worth noting, the paint job. All the way along there is... But that's just beautiful. But
Yeah.
how bad are those screw points?
Yeah, different colour plastic.
Yeah. And it's the paint job over the top doesn't even
Yeah, it
disguise it. And it is quite clearly done over the top.
Yeah.
I love the wings.
Yeah. Posable wings.
But I don't like how they've done the wings at the back. Why didn't they just hide that? Can you see the 2 stanchion bars?
Yeah.
Flip it over. What's the bottom look like with the wings
Oh,
out?
it doesn't go into...
Doesn't go in. Doesn't go up.
You can't do the landing mode, which is
No.
kind of understandable because you've got the stand, but... Okay.
Yeah.
That printing's a bit annoying.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not quite sure why they put the try me button on the outside. I
Yeah.
like them hidden in the battery compartment.
quite. So that's quite nice. I mean, it's a shame that the feather parts aren't quite as feathery as I'd like. Because that's one of the things I did with the first model kit I ever did of it, was actually put in lines to make it look like feathers, which I'm sure is on the model, not on the original model. Yeah. Am I right in thinking those cannons should be grey?
Well, no, they are actually meant to be green, but it's not meant to be lime green. This
No,
is meant to
green's-
be battle green. It's dark green.
British
the green,
racing green.
see the green they've used to pick
Yeah.
out that's what the whole thing is meant to be coloured. I mean, the artwork on the box
Suggests it darker.
is gorgeous. The artwork on the box is really nice. The toy does not match.
So the problem is we can't be sure what colour that particular bird of prey should have been, because we never saw it.
Well, you did and you didn't.
Yeah.
You did see it because quite clearly we saw the film, but they just reused the model from.
Yeah.
So it's arguable on that. Okay, so the point to pick on it straight away is that the colouring is wrong.
Mhm.
It's incredibly well detailed. It is, but I expect that from Diamond Toys.
Well, yeah.
You know, I know when I purchase the Diamond toy that I'm purchasing a quality toy. The weight's nice. Massive improvement over the Playmate version. The stand, no ball.
Well, there's a ball there, but it's being pushed down
No.
so
What I
far.
meant was it's
Oh,
not
no.
a ball topper. It's a pin topper.
Yeah, it's pin topper.
Which is much nicer for connecting onto the toy.
Yeah.
You know, it does mean you don't have to have a replacement battery compartment, so they save there, which is a big bonus. I don't like the fact they put the Try Me on the outside. This oil look they've gone for on the back kind of just makes the toy look smoke damaged.
Yeah.
Rather than
This is the thing,
battle
is that
damage.
if that was the bounty, it would make sense. But it's not.
No.
Not with those sound effects.
No.
This is a ship that was pretty much untouched. A prototype, it would not look like that decloaked. Because it's gone to battle once.
I
and
do
it got
love.
blown up.
I love the sounds. They're
To be fair, that one's not so good. That's supposed to be the torpedo going off, and it
The
sounds
wings-
like it's not complete.
The wings are really easy to move, and they hold and lock into position well. As a display piece,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. It's nice. I'm not fond of the green. I don't like these plastic points at the back for the wings going down. That ruins what otherwise is a really nice model. Again, Diamond Toys, you expect quality. The LEDs are nice. The sound chip is excellent. The variations of this are phenomenal. Have you seen the variations?
Well, I've seen the see-through green one, the cloaked, semi-cloaked one, as such. But that's bizarre in a way when you think about it, because it's a see-through green that's still darker than this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Which is
valid
like-
point.
Okay. A translucent green that's darker than that. Now I believe there's a San Diego Comic Con
Yeah.
version,
Crystal clear.
crystal clear.
Clear plastic.
So completely
Amazing toy. Although I must confess, haven't actually held one. The import duty on them is a bugger, and they're very expensive to try and get hold of.
And there is another version of it, which is the HMS Bounty version, where they're actually putting, well, there is a decal or a bit of painting on the side to put HMS Bounty on the side of the ship. No. My problems with it are the fact that you're right, we don't know what colour these cannons really should have been, because we never saw the ship well enough in Star Trek 6. Because let's face it, this has got Star Trek 6 sound effects, so you'd expect it to match the Star Trek 6 ship, but in Star Trek 6 you saw it, well, you didn't actually ever see it, did you? It was basically when it was exploding. So that's no damn use for reference. And it's had so many different variations on its colour scheme over the years.
Yeah.
From Star Trek 3, Star Trek 5, and the number of times. I mean, Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, they've turned
Don't
so
even
many
go
times.
with the DS9
And
version.
every other time you see it, there's something.
But the packaging, whilst it doesn't say Star Trek 6.
Yeah, which mentions General Chang on it. It also mentions Commander Crew, just to be, completely confusing.
Yeah.
But it's clearly a Star Trek 6 one because of the sound effects, because that's,
You can't argue with them.
Exactly. I mean, we have to point out it was an experimental prototype in Star Trek 6 based on the Broa class bird of prey, rather than the Cavor class bird of prey.
True, but arguably, would they have built a new bird of prey, or would they have just got one and modified
They
it?
would have taken a Broa class bird of prey and just modified it,
Yeah.
I would imagine. Because of course when Next Gen came out, they used the same model as they'd used in Star Trek 3, but the Enterprise D wasn't to scale with the Enterprise A. It was basically the same length, even though the ship was supposed to be double the size. So as a result, you had to basically imagine that they'd suddenly made the Scout class ship into the great big double the size version, which was fun. But the thing is the outside is the same physical descriptor, so it's exactly the same ship to all intents and purposes.
It is interesting though that the gun has got, because of the moulding point here and here, it does give you two totally different shades of green.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is one on that side. Yes, there is. Look at the difference between the inside and the out.
Yeah.
They changed the colour of green on the mould of the plastic.
Now, is that on purpose? Is that to make those parts stick out a bit?
I don't think it is. I think it's just that they've used a different plastic. And that gives you a different colour. The LEDs in it. Okay. The back engine is fine, but it lights up through the case, which they've got clear plastic there, and then painted over it there, so it looks like it's going through.
It needs a bit of black paint on the inside, doesn't it?
I do like the fact that they've got yellow running
I can see you.
all the way there.
Can you see me?
I'm not loving.
Yeah, that needed a little bit more programming, so that only lit up when it was firing a torpedo would have been nice.
And let's slip the dogs of war.
Although, to be fair, they have programmed it so that
I am constant as the northern star.
That's the point, isn't it? It's showing those firing.
you never saw that.
It didn't do it in
the
Star Trek
film.
6, it just used torpedoes.
In the film, it was torpedoes only.
So that's a bit strange. And the amazing shot was then used in Generations.
That amazing shot was used repeatedly for
All over the
everything
place.
they physically could.
So
Okay,
it's a nice enough model. Shame about the paint scheme.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Actually, I'll go one better. It's a beautiful model. The detailing on it is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know that I love the Corgi toy version.
Yeah.
Also, got to say the Star Trek official Starships collection version of the Bird of Prey. Also, yeah, pretty good. So yeah, which is really ironic. I've got all this Klingon stuff, and I'm not actually a fan of the Klingons. But no.
Romulan lover.
No, listen. There isn't a counter argument for that.
No.
They were a more interesting bad guy.
Yeah.
They were a more interesting villain, I'm sorry. But, if you go into the whole Klingons and the villains, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Toy. Retail on it is meant to be 65?
60, 65, something like that.
Between 60 and 65 in the UK.
It's just no. No. It's got to be sub 50.
Yeah.
At the very most. I mean, okay, kids aren't exactly going to be picking it up, and it's not like they're made in huge numbers, but really?
Well, you know what? I'm going to disagree. We all know as Star Trek fans, you do give children starships, and they can quite easily run around with this one. I don't think it's going to be that easy. The stand will break. These points always do.
I'm worried about those.
I'm not as worried about those as I was on the Playmate one.
Well, that.
The Playmate one was shockingly bad. This is an incredibly detailed toy, but again, it's Diamond. I expect detailed toy. The paint job, I love the paint job. But it's let down. It's let down by the screw points. It's let down by the hinge. And also, if I was going to be really, really, really picky, oh look, we're on a web show where I'm allowed to be really, really, really picky. Why can I see screws on the guns for the wiring for the LEDs when they've used covering points for the moulding? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see a screw point here, which
it's
by the way,
hidden on it.
It's cast in.
Yeah.
You couldn't, you can't get to that, and you can't get to that one there. If you look just there and there,
Yeah.
we'll be zooming into photos so you actually have a clear what I'm pointing at now. That makes no sense. They've gone to so much trouble to hide this and this. Look at all the trouble they've gone to of putting the speaker discreetly in there and moulding it so that the sound can come out clearly, and then they go and let it down with those. That's what were they thinking?
Don't know.
It makes no sense to me.
It's cost reduction.
Yeah, but surely they would have been able to save costs by not having that there, putting that in there, having this as a cast piece rather than as an individual screw together component.
Well, the thing is, if it hadn't been screwed together, how do you put the electronics in it?
Why bother putting electronics in it? It didn't need them.
Well, yeah.
It did not need the guns to light up on this. And if it was me, and I was doing it, and I had the casting technology and I don't want to seem like I'm kissing their arse, but they're a great toy company. They've got fantastic people working for them. Why didn't they just put a clear rod in there and then use this great big point here for the LED? There was no need to put the LED all the way on the end. Okay, it would have probably added, what, $0.25 of a penny's worth of casting, which to the end users, I think it's worked out at something like £5 for every quarter penny used in the production thing. I can't remember the formula. Somebody told it me once and I went, huh? So, do you know what the formula is for a car? It's shocking. 30p is £800. It's ridiculous. Anyway, back to the toy. I'm giving this a big thumbs up. Yes, there are points I don't like. It
does do that.
It does do that. You've just got to use more force. See? Yeah, I wish I hadn't have done that. See, this is the trouble with us doing an unboxing video and not actually playing with the toy first.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Ew. Oh no. No. Oh,
yeah.
that's a shame.
Hang on. Let's add the proper effect, shall we? How badly can you see it from? Oh, that sucks.
Oh dear.
Yeah. You know that earlier part of the video where I was going, how clever some of these people are? Yeah, they were working on this project. Wow, that's really bad. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, my opinion dropped a smidgen, but I'm still saying it's a great toy. It's a great toy. It's going to look fantastic on top of the cabinet. I'm loving the sounds.
Yeah.
I could play with those all day long.
Still, the lights are coming on at the wrong point. They should be on and then going off as it closes. It's just no.
Yeah, it's seeing this back engine port light up for me. That's yeah, I'm not liking that.
Also, there's the fact that why has it got a cloaking sound effect? Thinking about it, if it's Star Trek 6, it never cloaked. It stayed cloaked all the way through.
Dude, this was the Star Trek 6, it would be a stand and this much of the toy. Okay, it'd be a wire and this. Okay.
This is true.
They wouldn't be able to put the battery in unless it's got one of those little watch batteries in it and you just ding 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 ding. No. Okay. It's hard because the packaging does mention both.
Yeah.
And it doesn't clearly say what it is other than a bird of prey.
I would have been happier if they did put a selection of speech samples from both 6 and 3.
Yeah, they could have done.
Well, we'll avoid 5.
I'm not arguing with you on that.
But you know, having Doc Brown screaming things would have been quite fun.
It would have.
Yeah.
It would have. Mind you, saying that, technology's come so far. It's not that much to put the extra sound in.
No,
it
wouldn't have
really
been.
isn't. They could have thrown some DS9 in there.
Yeah,
thrown some
Martok.
next-gen.
You could have had
They could have had
Worf
Worf.
here.
We could have had Riker.
Yeah, Riker. That would have been brilliant.
That would have been awesome. Just if it did it, but program the chip so it only puts in like every 30 times.
Yeah, so it basically goes Enterprise,
Yeah.
surrender.
Yeah, I'd love to hear this say Enterprise surrender. It'd be great because then you can have it next to the really nice Enterprise D.
Yeah.
Although the scales
Completely
massive,
off,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah,
Never
we'll
mind.
ignore that. Okay, so
You could
recap.
have the Enterprise D to go with this, and the scale would be like
I
this big.
I would buy that toy.
I know.
I would. To tell you the truth, then Art Asylum have just released an Enterprise. I nearly wet myself. I was so excited when I saw it, and then I nearly sobbed when I saw the price sticker on it. I don't know if you've seen it, but this is stunning. Enterprise 1701 cutaway.
Yeah.
The plastic, so you can see the stanchion bars, just all the decks picked out and done. And unlike the model kit, where it was just cut out, because the model kit's gorgeous. I love the model kit, where they just cut the sections away. They haven't. They put clear plastic, and then they put the support structure around it. So that review is a while off. But back to the version we could afford. Yeah. I liked it a lot more before I could. I liked it when it was in the box.
Yeah.
A lot more than out of it. It's you know, it is what it is. It's a perfectly good Klingon bird of prey. The detailing on it is lovely. Paint job on it is nice, but it's the wrong green. The oil smoke effect. Woohoo! That didn't do it much good. The
Stand's not so great.
Good going on. I'm going to take the blame for that because we have been playing
Right.
quite a bit. Yeah. Barely worth the money.
Are you in the same thought process that when you get a toy you want it in pristine condition, not covered in smoke and oil and stains?
Klingon bird of prey, they're dirty buggers.
But it's
It's
Yeah, I
meant
know
to
what
be
you mean.
Klingon, and if you notice, all the oil and dirt is in the engine area,
Yeah.
which makes no sense because they're impulse engines and they don't produce smoke.
yeah.
However,
It's got to have a tailpipe.
Plasma exhaust. The wing stanchion up was hard to do.
You know, that feels like
Yeah,
sounds like it's
It
breaking.
sounds like it's breaking. Wings down, good. Wings across. That's it. Very opposable.
Mhm.
I wasn't too afraid of breaking it up until we stuck it up and stuck it down. Now I'm a bit. So, yeah, I think it's worth the money. Do you think it's worth the money? I'm not so sure that I'd want to be handing it to too small a child, but
No.
you know, let's face it.
What's the age? What's
Would
the
you want
age
to?
rating on it? Have they put one on there? Not under 3 years, but it's everything.
Welcome to toys.
Welcome to toys. there is no actual, because it's at the end of the day, it's really aimed at adults, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, all the diamond toys are. We can say they're for children all we like. It's not bleeding true. It's well, it's for adult children.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think that sounds worse.
That's
I tell you what, should we? It's meant for your inner child.
Yes.
Yeah, my inner child wishes that the outer child had a bigger bank balance because I cannot see me affording the SDCC version, which I would like. You know, it'd be really nice. This one, wings lower. The cloaking one, wings out. The completely clear one is up. It'd be great, wouldn't it? That'd be a model for the top of any display cabinet.
I mean, I must admit, it's not something.
Did you notice what happened when you did that?
Yeah,
it just and then it's strange because I'm quite a big fan of how Art Asylum do the stand. The stand part's fine, but that one point where it's
I mean, it's not something I'd buy simply because I don't have the room for them. Which is one of the reasons I'm really getting into the official Starships collection, is because it's a shame they're not scale.
Although can I point out to anybody that actually watches these videos? What was last week's video?
Metroplex.
How big was that toy?
2 foot tall, but he's the only one I'm going to be having of anything that kind of size. Because I used to have
2 foot tall.
I used to have Fort Max and Brave Max and Grand Max, but there's just not the room.
Yeah, 2 foot tall. This is not 2 foot tall. How can you say you've not got the room?
Because if I had this, then I'd have to have the Enterprise A, the D, the Enterprise B.
That's what cabinets are for, dude.
Dude, that takes out one level of an IKEA D12. That is it. That's all that's going to go in a D12.
Not true. Level. Not true. Little Starship Collectors ones, maybe some of the, Corgi. No. Okay, you've got a point. You've got a point. They do take up.
I mean, I must admit, I like Federation Starships more than I do like the Klingons or the Warbirds or whatever. And I have got the Enterprise A, Diamond. I think it was one of the early Wrath of Khan releases. No, it's not. It's an A. It's I think Star Trek 4 one or Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek 5, Star Trek 6, something like that. I have got the Bandai models of the E, the A, and an XO1 because they were gorgeous. They're lovely models. But that's about it. Yeah. Other than that, I stick to the little models. What I ideally would like is a range that were all in the same scale. But I can't see that's ever going to happen. Because the depressing part is that you've got 1 to 2500 scale stuff, like they did with the original Enterprise 3 set, with the refit, or actually they sold it as the A, didn't they, back then, and the D, and then they did the B, C, and the E in a separate set, and then they started mixing them up when they started reissuing them. And the interesting thing is they wanted 2500 scale, and so was Deep Space Nine, the big Deep Space Nine they did. So they went together really, really nicely. Why they couldn't have continued that, I don't know. Other companies did, unofficially.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you start doing things in scale with the Star Trek universe, it starts getting a bit ropey because they argued over what the scales were.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, so if you want to 2500 scale, you'd have the Braille class Klingon Bird of Prey, which would be, what, about that big? And you'd have the Kavor class to go with Enterprise D, which would be this big. So, yeah. But let's
just be happy with the new Starships collection ones and see how they're going.
I just hope that some of them are in scale with each other.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, because that Bird of Prey from issue 3 is not in scale with that Enterprise refit. Not even close.
No, I think they're all going to be roughly that size.
Yeah,
they're going to do the same as they did with the Doctor Who and the Batman. It's all just going to be roughly the same size. Because let's face it.
Did you see? Have you seen the Doctor Who figures? 2 seconds.
If you're going to build shelves,
yeah,
you wanted all the same. So yes, I have.
The painting on that 11th Doctor is awful.
It's not.
I took one look at it, and the worst thing was it was in the shop next to both the Enterprise D and the refit, and you just look at the quality of the 3 things, and you're just like, why did they bother with the Doctor? Because it's just awful. compare, the D is really, really nice.
The D's are gorgeous. The
D
D is
is
incredibly
particularly gorgeous.
well detailed.
I mean, there's some details where you're thinking, well, shouldn't be a red line around each of those letters, but you'd need a fine 0.005 pen to put them in. So yeah, that's not a problem. And the refit is missing a couple of little minor details.
Yeah, too. Considering the details they put in, I'm
Yeah.
not for the cost.
I've got a
I'm
feeling
not
though that the A is going to have a little more on it to match up with the Reliant. Have you seen the pictures of the Reliant?
I've seen the pictures.
Yes. So that'll be interesting.
Okay, but that's for future review, and we've already covered that in past reviews. So yeah, there you go. Thumbs up or down?
Personally, there's a little bit of, it looks plasticky to me, a little bit too much.
I think the reason for that is maybe it's made of plastic.
Yeah, I know, but a metallic paint.
No, yes, yeah.
A nice metallic green would have suited it a lot better, which is what I did my original model with.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, for 60 quid, I'm just thinking the aesthetics aren't quite good enough.
Yeah.
For 50 quid, the aesthetics aren't quite good enough.
I actually managed to get it for 30.
Yeah, I mean for 30 quid.
I wasn't arguing
Fair
for 30.
enough.
Wasn't
For
arguing
£30, that's a £30 toy.
No, you know what? Again, see, we always have a differing opinion, which is why I think both of our opinions are always valid on these things. I've got no problem with it as a £60 toy-ish. I have niggly points that bother me more at £60 than they do 30. The screw points, the LEDs, the gun colouring, the plastics. On the other hand, you compare this to its predecessor. Yeah, sorry, Playmate toy was just crap. This is gorgeous. It lets it down in places that the photos will show. But yeah, and certainly a lot better than me trying to do the AMT models. Now the AMTs are gorgeous, and we both know that out of the two of us, you are definitely the stronger model builder. But yeah, you know what? I probably, if I'd have had the money, I would have paid the 60 on it. Having seen this toy, I'm far more apprehensive about buying the cloaked version, which I have to be honest is the one I really wanted. I simply got this because of the price. I couldn't say no. I really want the crystal version, but
because that makes more sense with these sound effects.
Yeah, it does. I just love the idea of a clear Klingon bird of prey. I really do. I think it'd be a great toy.
I mean, in conclusion, I think it's good enough of a moulding.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one or two minor points. That's the bars there and the screw holes. I just think it's a shame they didn't go the whole 100% on the actual paint scheme.
See, I'm confused by the screw holes because the two in the neck, they've done such a beautiful job of hiding, and yet on the guns they've just left them. It's a bit schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Let's do something incredibly clever and hide this, and then let's stick an iron bar right here where you can see that we're using it as a hinge. Now don't get me wrong, it has to have a hinge. I'm not going to pick on them for putting a bloody hinge in. I am going to pick on them for putting that bar in. That's ridiculous. They could have hidden that inside the hinge point. This is big enough that you can do clever things with it.
I mean, there is no need for those to be there.
Well, the probably is they probably did a dozen stress tests and went, you know what, this damn thing breaks. Let's put a piece in to stop it. But I think that it's to tell you the truth. See, it fell off the darn thing earlier. That bothers me. That really does bother me. It's ugly. Ugly and unnecessary, and I just think it's a shame. You know what? I would have been happy if they'd have had, instead of this try me button, how about a little push button there and have this on a ratchet system. So instead of being able to just go clonk, clonk, clink, clink, you had to push it in to move the wings.
That would have been sensible.
It would have been a downside for kids, because you know kids are just going to go, and you're going to end up with a few broken, but at which point
let's face it,
this
isn't meant for kids.
It's not meant for kids. But they went to such trouble with picking out the detailing bits, and and paint. Apparently, chunks of paint. Oh, that's bad. Yeah.
I'd stop looking at it if I were you, because every time you
Every
look
time
at the detail,
I'm
there's
picking
something
it
else.
up.
That's
Yeah, but then I
bugging you.
noticed little bits like that, which are gorgeous.
Yeah. Picked out little bits of equipment on the whole.
Yeah. And they did go to quite a lot of trouble on making...
Yeah, I mean, that looks stunning. The baffles here, the work they've put into that. Yet next to it is this disgusting green wing.
It's weird.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's
I'm still giving it the thumbs up. It's Art Asylum. It's roughly their normal quality. Roughly been the key word, because it's let down.
Yeah.
If you compare this to the Enterprise, yeah, the Enterprise was an amazing toy. This one's just a good toy.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my review. That's where I'm standing on it, which is Art Asylum normally produce fantastic Star Trek toys.
This is
The Enterprise. The Enterprise was gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is not their best one, but you know what? It deserves to be in the range. I just wish they'd worked on it a smidgen more. Ooh. You put the toy down.
I'm putting the toy down.
Okay.
Stepping away.
Thank you very much for tuning in. You can hear us babble bull about whatever our next unboxing is going to be.
We'll see what it is.
Have fun, and thank you for watching. Good night.
Good night.
Strange review. We were both like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
yes, no, but no, but yes.
But the more I play with it, the more I'm like, oh good God, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this? Get this off. Actually, you should put that in as an outtake. Can't get this off. And yet they go into such fucking detail. Look inside the things.
Yeah.
And yet, so they get all that, and then they do fucking that. What is the sense of that? It's stupid. How hard would it have been for them to put a little clear piece on there?